Sheesh, girl. There we go. I'm not touching it anymore. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. My bun looks lopsided, but we're okay. Hey guys, look at my bun. It's so almost on fleek. I'm actually tired of saying that word. Come through, bun. Come through. Hey guys, it's DestinyLashae and welcome to my channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you do not miss a video from me. And plus, it really helps me out a lot. And to my subscribers, my lips are chapped, do not drag me. But thank you guys so much for coming back. I'm gonna be trying out the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And this is the PR package that they sent out for the concealer. This is the shade range. I feel like the shade range is pretty decent. I like to use a concealer underneath the eyes that is a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So I think I'm gonna like the color Butterscotch or Mocha or even Maple for like underneath my eyes. So we're gonna try these out today. I'm gonna swatch a couple of the deep shades so you guys can get an idea of what the concealers look like in the formula and all that good stuff. And the other product that I'm gonna be trying out today is a eyeshadow. I'm gonna be trying out the Urban Decay Born to Run collection. I believe that's what it's called. Do not quote me on that, but that's the name of the palette. So I'm going to be trying out that palette today. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should be already, DestinyLashaeMakeup, I showed you guys this palette on my Insta story. And the palette is gorgeous. Almost, it was like 100% of you guys said you wanted to see a tutorial on this palette because it is gorgeous. So I already have my base on my face. I have the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Foundation mixed with the Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. That is like my favorite combo right now. I also have my brows done. I just haven't cleaned them up because I usually clean them up when I go in to do my eyeshadow. This is what the palette looks like outside of the packaging. This is the actual packaging, like the outer box of it. It's very simple. It has the names of the eyeshadows right here on the back. And then this is the actual palette. Inside the palette, it has a really big, nice, heavy-duty mirror. And then here are the shades in the palette. Now, I feel like this palette definitely can be used every single day. You can create millions of different eyeshadow looks with this palette. Just looking at this palette, I feel like it's beautiful. I feel like I would definitely gravitate towards this if I saw it in Sephora. The only thing that I would change in this palette is probably this black color. It looks like it has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. Generally with a black shade, I like shades that are very matte and dark. I don't know how this performs on the eyes. I have not tried it out yet. I would change this shade because I just like matte black shadows, and if you're gonna use this every day, I feel like every palette deserves a matte black shadow. So I'm gonna go in with my LA Pro concealer. This is in the color medium beige, and I'm gonna use this to prime my eyelids as well as shape underneath my brows just to make them look a little bit more sharp. I'm just gonna bring some of that concealer down onto my lid. This is just gonna help our eyeshadows pop a lot more. Especially if you're a chocolate girl, I feel like we have to work a little bit harder to make our eyeshadows pop. I'm gonna go in and use this nice pretty orange shade as my transition color. I'm using a Morphe 511 brush. Very pigmented. Very pigmented. And this eyeshadow is definitely not patchy. I haven't used Urban Decay eyeshadows in a really long time. And I'm not having any trouble blending out the eyeshadow on top of my tacky base. I don't set my eyeshadow base anymore because I feel like my eyeshadows come out a lot more pigmented, but I'm not having any trouble. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's a nice pretty purpley shade, and I'm gonna use the MAC 224 brush. I'm gonna place this right below that orange shade. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty. This shade, like these shadows are blending so well on top of each other as well as on top of this base. Like, wow. Like, I'm having no trouble blending it out. And another thing I wanted to say is, if you're gonna invest into a palette that is expensive or high-end, I highly suggest investing in some good brushes as well. I really do like MAC brushes. They're expensive, but they last forever. Like, I've had this MAC 224 brush for ever. I was actually just thinking about using this shade right here, and when I went to go use it, it has a little bit of glitter in it. So I was like, dang, I wish this palette had a nice warm brown shade. I was just skimming the palette just to see, and I was like, duh, it does. And this one is a matte shade, so I think I'm gonna go in with this. Just gonna put that in the outer portion of my eye. This is definitely a nice dark brown shade for sure. I'm gonna use these and I'm gonna put them on the outer portion of my eye because I want more of a sharp eyeshadow look. So just to use as many shades as I can for this video, I'm gonna go into the shade right here, the black shade, and I'm gonna use this in the outer V. I'm gonna use a Sigma E45 brush. So this is a small tapered blending brush to build that in the outer portion of the eye. Whoa, this black shade is really black, and I don't mind the shimmer in it. As soon as I put my brush down, it just started like blending itself out, which kind of sounds crazy, but oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna carve out my crease. I'm gonna go in and use this shade right here. This is a nice metallic light purple shade, and I'm gonna use my MAC 239 brush. I'm going to pack this in the outer portion right here of the cut crease. I'm telling you, are applying like butter on my eyes. Like, I don't know if I've seen anything like it, man. I've been sleeping on Urban Decay eyeshadows. I've been all the way asleep. I'm gonna go in and use this shade right here in the bottom corner. This is a nice kind of purpley pink metallic shade, and I'm gonna use the Real Techniques detailer brush. Now I'm gonna go into this stranded shade right here. I'm gonna use that same Real Techniques brush, and I'm gonna pack that in the inner corners. You guys know I love gold shades. This shadow is so pigmented and pretty. Oh my goodness. That brown shade right here in a small like eyeshadow brush. Put this color next to the lid color so that the crease can pop a little bit more. See, as you can see, look at the difference. So now we're gonna move on to the Too Faced new Born This Way concealer. These concealers are humongo. Really quickly, I just wanna compare the concealer, the new concealers, to my Lancome foundation. Do you see how big this concealer is? Like, look at the tube. It's almost as big as my foundation. And this concealer retails for $29. So you're getting a lot of product for 29 bucks. And do not get this concealer confused with the other Too Faced Born This Way concealer. That concealer is, I'll put a picture of it right here. That concealer is more of a hydrating formula. This one you can conceal, contour, and retouch with. I'm going to swatch some of the deeper shades for you guys. This is the shade Honey, Butterscotch, mocha, maple, chestnut, mahogany, toffee, and cocoa. I really do like the packaging of these concealers, by the way. I love that they resemble the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So they look really, really good on your vanity, just looking cute or whatever. The applicator on this concealer is huge, and it has like a little diamond tip on it. This should make it really, really easy to apply underneath the eye and also sculpt and contour your face. This is the color Butterscotch, and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes. Just FYI, in a concealer, I like a concealer to be full coverage. I don't like my concealers to be super dry underneath the eyes. That's why I didn't like the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like it was just too dry underneath my eyes. The only thing that I'm noticing with this concealer is that it does get very messy. It looks like it has a stopper just to get some of the excess product out. Almost like any other concealer, but it's really making it very, very, very messy. It could be because the applicator is so fat and it's coming through this skinny like little tube. I'm gonna take my Eco Styler Beauty Blender and I'm just going to pat that concealer out. Really, really, really full coverage, and it doesn't feel dry underneath my eye area at all. It honestly looks perfect besides the color right now. Just to tone down underneath my eyes a little bit, I'm going to use the shade Chestnut just to tone down my under eye area a little bit because it's really, really bright. I was thinking about using the Too Faced powder, but then I thought about it. I just want to use something that I use all of the time. I'm going to use my Graftobian powder mixed with my Laura Mercier powder to set underneath my eyes. Wait, this concealer is like... You guys, look at this concealer though. Just look at it. Like, let's take a second. Like, super full coverage, makes your under eyes and everywhere else look flawless. The tube is huge. It's as big as a foundation. It's $29, $1 more than their other concealer. Like, you guys know I do not cream contour, but today, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna try the Cocoa Concealer by Too Faced. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit. To contour with. And I really, really, really like this applicator because the tip is very pointy. And it makes it really easy to contour with. I'm gonna use that same Eco Styler sponge. And I'm just gonna blend this concealer out. A little bit of this concealer goes a really, really long way. Like, I didn't even need to apply that much at all. I'm actually really excited right now because you guys know I never cream contour at all. But this shade is like my perfect contour shade. The only thing that I'm not super excited about is that if you are a little bit darker than me, you wouldn't be able to use this concealer as a contour because this is the deepest shade of concealer. So I feel like now that I've tried it on, the shade range should be expanded a little bit, especially because the concealer blends so nicely and it looks so good that I feel like everyone, even people with deeper skin tones, should be able to enjoy it. So I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlight powder. This highlight is definitely one of my favorites highlighters. since we used Urban Decay products on the eyes today, just to set my face, I usually use the MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, the one that came in the PR package that I received from them. Ooh. I've been in love with the Urban Decay 1993 lipstick. I'm going to use this today on my lips. And then I'm just going to top it off with the NYX lip gloss in Tiramisu. So this is the final look, guys. I really like how it came out. Honestly, it's really hot outside today. It's almost 95 degrees outside. I generally never wear makeup, especially in the summertime. It just feels, I don't know, I just feel really hot and sticky, and I always want to touch my face. So I don't know, this is gonna be interesting. I hope this makeup holds up throughout the day. I'm gonna test it for as long as I can. So yeah, let's go. It is now 11:23. I first did my makeup around 5:30, so it's been 6 hours since I completed my makeup, and this is how it's looking right now. Honestly, guys, I have a little bit of creasing going on underneath my eyes here, but to be fair, generally when I wear concealer, especially wearing a full face for this long, I never really wear my makeup past, I would say, like 7 hours on a normal makeup day. My makeup to me looks really good right now still. Generally, all of my concealers after a few hours starts to crease underneath my eyes, so I don't even really pay attention to that anymore because it's just the way that my face is set up. I feel like a lot of people have like little wrinkles underneath their eyes, and anything that you put there will settle in those lines regardless of if you put powder there or you don't. Okay, but can we talk about this eyeshadow though? It is still holding up. It looks like I just did my eyeshadow, but today it was really hot outside, and I feel like my concealer and even like my entire face held up really well. I can wear this makeup probably all night and be good and wake up in the morning and have a fully beat face and go about my day. Like, I really could, because it's really holding up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that first impressions review and wear test. Do not forget to thumbs up this video if it helped you out. Subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you, and I will see you guys in the next one.